there's no better way to get better at football than playing football. So if you want to,
Taylor's going to finish it.
I've always been confident in my abilities. I think, I'm a guy that can go out there, and I always believe in myself that I'm going to get open and make the play if they throw me the ball.
The third. Ryan, end zone shot for Pierce. He caught it. Oh, what a...
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Colts Cast. We are here to talk about everything and anything Indianapolis Colts. I am your host, Jamal Lawrence. I am still riding solo today. No clue where Eric is. I don't know whether he's still on vacation out in Bora Bora, whether he's at home. I don't know. But more importantly than that, I know he will be back with us later this week. But guys, we wanted to bring a quick episode to you. And by we, I mean me. Wanted to bring a quick episode to you because I don't know if y'all heard the news today, but I heard it, and I'm sure everybody tuning in right now probably heard it as well. But Jonathan Taylor, I repeat, Jonathan Taylor will be at practice on Wednesday. Round of applause for my man JT being back at practice on Wednesday. Now, I know some of you may be thinking to yourself, oh, that's great news. Some of you may be thinking, oh, okay, well, we'll see what happens. I know there are a lot of people when all this started, they didn't want to hear anything about JT. They kind of wrote him off. Y'all know I've been ride or die for him pretty much the entire time. I think that it's all been a shaky situation, but neither here nor there. What I care to hear about is that for whatever reason, we are all on the same page right now. Whether you like the situation or dislike the situation, we all know JT is back in the building and he will be at practice on Wednesday. Now, of course, this is pending a physical he must pass. And Shane Steichen even said, there's a chance he could see some action on Sunday. Who knows? We'll kind of go into that here in just a second because there is a 21-day window, which basically means that the Colts have until week 8 to make that final decision, whether they want to trade him or keep him on the roster. And week 8 comes 2 days after the game against the Saints, that home game against the Saints. So we shall see what happens. I personally think it won't take that long at all. I think that the Colts, as Ballard has said over and over again, have zero intentions of letting this man go. So I think that the Colts have been working very hard behind the scenes, a little bit more than what we've been able to see, as well as JT hasn't paying attention behind the scenes and maybe being a little more cooperative with what's going on, and he's kind of seeing what's happened over the past few weeks and understands that, hey, maybe this could be a good place to remain with all that's going on. Neither here nor there, though. Coach Shane Steichen said he is super excited, said that JT is super excited to be back playing, per James Boyd. So, guys, I mean, I don't know what else to say. Steichen has, how Steichen is. He has kept his mouth shut. He's denied all comments. Won't even say whether JT traveled, with the teams and all this stuff, because he says he doesn't want that to be a distraction. During the preseason, it was like, oh, I'll kind of give you a little shake and bake here and there. Once the season started, that was out of sight, out of mind for him. So for Shane Steichen to say that JT's super excited to be back, sounds like he's excited for JT to be back. I like to think that the parties have talked a little more than what we all know. Of course, we know national media has been saying every day, JT wants to trade. JT wants to trade. You guys, you can't focus on national media all the time. We got to listen to our local people like the James Boyds who are out there every day in the building talking with these players and coaches and kind of getting the vibe of what's going on out there. It is an exciting time. Like I mentioned earlier, of course, Shane Steichen did say that he could play as early as Sunday. I'm be honest with you, I think that if he were to play Sunday, it would be on a very, very low pitch count. I wouldn't expect to see too much from him at all. But I just doubt he would even play Sunday. But also want to point out one thing that I read here per James Boyd, that JT doesn't have to speak with the media officially until he's activated on that 53-man roster, which is Wednesday. So, although we may not hear anything from him until Wednesday, it's a great feeling to know that he's officially back for at least the next 21 days. We can say, and guys, I understand, what people say, oh, he hasn't played next amount of time, game speed this, game speed that, because I am the biggest person to say, players need to be out there to get game speed. You can work out all you want to. We know he's been working out. He posted a video, a couple weeks ago, I think week 1, on his Instagram, kind of showing him in the lab and the building running some routes. I'll be the first person to tell you guys, obviously we all know JT is not at game speed right now. We all know that. It's going to take weeks, if not months, for him to get to game speed. It could take the rest of the season. Who knows? But let's bring that same energy we brought for Shaq when Shaq got back on the field from the beginning. We know it's been tough for him. He's still trying to get into that same field. So I expect for JT, it'll take him a little while as well. But one thing that we'll have to remember about when he's on the field, not only does he have Zach Moss right there by his side, to flip flop in and out as needed, he also has Anthony Richardson right there by his side, who takes a lot of pressure off the running backs. We saw that. We've seen Anthony Richardson run the ball like no one's business the games he's been in. Zach Moss even ended with 70 yards last game for us, and that was great. But Anthony Richardson was there to still get those touchdowns, still break those big runs and get those first downs for us. So that's what we need. So I say that because although we may want JT to be in rare form like he was in 2021, the very second he steps on the field, let's all be realistic here. No, it won't happen. But when you have the supporting cast around you, it makes your life a whole heck of a lot easier. So I'm just excited overall of what's going on. I will have my eyes and ears peeled to everything that's being posted by our local reporters. Like I said, if you haven't read their reports, man, definitely go online and read them because they're giving some great information, valuable information about what's going on. You can always tune into us too, because we're going to keep this content rolling for you, especially when it comes to big issues like this, big topics. Speaking of big topics, two playmakers for us. We had two injuries last week. One in Kwity Paye. Shane Steichen said he is currently in concussion protocol. So, hoping for a speedy recovery for him. Probably won't plan to see him this week, but, we'll kind of talk about that a little later in the weekend. And really important, Dallas Flowers out for the season with an Achilles injury. So that's super, super frustrating and upsetting. And I hope for, a speedy recovery for him, just because we know that our secondary is already beat up as it is. So it'll be interesting to see whether Darrell Baker Jr. gets back out there after being benched. Don't know. I'm sure we'll be in the market for a cornerback a little heavier than we have been in the past few weeks. But, like I said, Eric and I will break that down a little bit later when we do our pregame show, and maybe around Thursday here for you when we drop that episode. This one I wanted just to get on real quick and just break the news with everybody who's definitely seen what we have seen across the board. Jonathan Taylor officially will be at practice on Wednesday, pending passing his physical, which I'm sure will happen. He's been saying it for forever that he's going to be at a pass his physical. So this is exciting time, guys. I told y'all that jersey wasn't coming down. I'm still going to wear it. I'm still going to keep that one up there until anything is official that he is not with the Colts anymore. I am excited. I know you guys probably know that. And so it's a great day. It's a great day as always. And I hope that, like I said, behind the scenes, that the Colts and Jonathan Taylor and his camp have been working as hard as they can to make this thing back to what it should and what it could be, especially when we know that we have the weapons that we have around us now. I just can't wait to see what this week holds for us, and we'll see what happens over the next 21 days. As I said, I don't see the Colts waiting the full 21 days to figure out something because they're not going to trade him. They made that clear. We're not trading him. He's staying right here. He is home. We'll see how fast he gets out there on the field. Expect a low pitch count if he plays Sunday. Probably doubt he will, but even if he plays next Sunday, I still expect a low pitch count. So with that being said, guys, drop your comments below. Let us know how you feel about this and everything that's happened over this, I don't know, I guess today, really. And also, if you're still watching the video right now, please don't forget to hit that subscribe and like button. This helps us get out to all the other Colts fans out there, just like yourself, and it's absolutely free. Guys, we want to continue to keep bringing you this content, so please help us out by smashing that like button and the subscribe button, so whenever new Colts news come out, you get it here first. Again, I am Jamal Lawrence. A pleasure hanging out with y'all today. Let's get ready for some Colts football this week. Exciting times. Hoping for a speedy recovery for some of these injuries. We'll be back with you later this week for another Colts pregame update. Y'all take care. Have a great day. Great start to the week. We'll see you on Thursday.